Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This is still round one of our Rando Super Metroid Winter 2026 tournament. That's a lot of words. I get them mixed up sometimes. Yeah, we have Osse versus Harley Hardt. This is the number one seed of the tournament versus the number 64 seed of the tournament, which is definitely a little bit stressful, but Harley is definitely no slouch in her own right. Thank you, Dylan, for
Right, and
catching that.
we were just talking about that too. Harley Hardt is still very new to Super Metroid speedrunning, but she's already had so much progression and already achieved so much in a short amount of time with any percent KPDR speedrunning. So. It's interesting and really awesome to see speedrunners go into something different like Map Rando. So,
Yeah, because she's only been playing the game since I think July or August. Like she had not played Super Metroid at all before that, and I saw her earlier just in her stream a couple hours ago doing a random damage boost that's in expert logic that like I didn't learn until like a few weeks ago. So she's been learning very quickly, and she's very capable of doing a lot of difficult stuff. But
right.
Osse
I'm sure
here,
I can't
yeah,
even do that deboost that you're talking about. I
yeah.
can't even do it. So, but let's focus on our match right here. So, Wordsayer, you were about to say Osse just found gravity. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so we're getting double suits very early, it looks like. Yeah, so it's right next to the starting point. So Harley's about to get that right now, and that feels pretty good when you get both of those suits, because you can just move much more quickly and easily through a lot of rooms.
Right.
Osse finding Everest. He's on the random tile sets, which messes with my brain, but I'm getting better at following them because we have a few runners in this tournament who are who've been using that, so I'm being forced to get used to it. Oh, we got
gravity in the
Mama
Mama
Turtle.
Turtle tank. Okay, yeah, the tile
Morph.
palette swaps are quite quite menacing, aren't they? So we've got a little bit of an issue down here over on Harley's end.
Yeah.
She is trapped in the plasma room, unfortunately. Now, Wordsayer, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe with her loadout, there's not.
What?
Wait,
Harley! What are you doing?
Wrong.
That shouldn't be possible. That is. That
Wow.
I think that's what we call hypo jump. You can do that jump relatively. It's still difficult with high jump, but without high jump, it is like frame perfect, pixel perfect. Like what? Huh?
Right,
I don't think I've ever pulled off that wall jump. That is crazy.
I can tell you that I haven't either. Word. I mean, that's just
that's nuts. Harley, you're insane. They don't call her first try Harley for nothing.
Right. Over on Osse's end, Osse has got he is just well, what can I say? Osse is Osseing this right now.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Osse is one of the main devs on the Map Rando project as a whole. So I don't think it's an understatement to say, for the people who are racing in this tournament, he is by far the most knowledgeable person about the logic and mechanics of this randomizer. So he's a tough mountain to climb to try and win this race.
Right. Harley's definitely got her work, got a lot of work here to do if she wants to have a chance against Osse. Osse is definitely an amazing player, being one of the developers, like you said, and
yeah,
she's got her work cut out for her here. But this looks like it's still going to be a really exciting match. Harley's found Morph Ball. She can get to it because of gravity. Osse is moving very, very quickly here.
Oh, no. Okay, she's alive. Did she save? I hope she saved.
I hope she saved too. I'm actually not sure.
I did see a save on the way down, so it shouldn't have been too far out of her way, but yeah. The gravity makes this a lot easier, so even if you miss the grapple, you can kind of fall down more safely. But Mama Turtle is waiting
Mama
anywhere you land. Okay,
Mama
she's
Turtle, I just want to say, in my own map rando experience, Mama Turtle is kryptonite for folks that like don't necessarily know what to do with her. And even if you do, sometimes you just get wrecked by Mama Turtle. Mama Turtle is a kryptonite room.
Yeah, I almost saw a couple runners die to Mama Turtle earlier today, and like runners who are doing expert seeds on a regular basis. So yeah, that's you can always die to this room. Okay, hold. Oh,
Poor Harley. Oh, that's rough.
All right. Meanwhile,
is she back at the beginning?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But she knows not to go for that missile now in Plasma Pirates, so it's fine. No, not a huge loss there.
In the meantime, Osse is doing quite well for himself right now. Has one pack of each ammunition, and two. Well, now it's more than 2 additional majors, but
yeah.
But two additional majors technically with morph ball and bombs. I believe that Harley does not know where bombs is, but she doesn't know where morph ball is, so she'll be.
Well, she does. It's right here. She got it and then died.
Right. She'll be picking it up again shortly. The palette tile swap.
Yeah, he's in really double chamber right now, the room before wave beam.
Right, they're really messing me up too. Word.
Also, Harley discovering a very frustrating mechanic of grapple beam, where when you're holding on to the grapple, you can't pick up items. So you have to get above the block and then let go and land on top of it, which is frustratingly difficult to do.
Yeah. Oh, I do not mess with the Mama Turtle tank room if I don't have to. It is much easier to do in 100% item collection speedrunning, that's for sure. There's very little you have to worry about in there. Let's see. Osse found an additional missile pack a moment ago. But so far, no additional majors.
Yeah. Super missiles is the biggest thing you found, and power bombs. I think that was bombs. Yeah, Harley just got bombs.
Okay.
So I don't think either runner has left Norfair by much. Oh, Osse found Dragon, and he's just going for it. So he's probably going to go for the grapple kill here.
Right. Now, I'm assuming, how much health do you really need to be able to do the grapple kill?
So I just learned the exact numbers this week. It is 240 damage without suits, and each suit cuts that in half. So for one suit, it's 120, and for double suit like Osse has here, it's only 60 damage.
Okay. That's actually not as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you have to be able to grab it immediately. You can't do the, like, letting Dragon carry you up and slap you with her tail a few times. That's very dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually struggle with that too. What Osse did right here, that quicker kill is just not something I even know how to do. So maybe I need to figure that out at some point.
Yeah. It's
some down. Go ahead, Word.
Yeah, some of those setups are tougher than others. Left side I find to be quite difficult. Right side you can kind of just walk all the way to the corner, and as long as you can time the grapple, you don't have to do any like movement to set it up.
Yeah,
Osse going into a ship, getting in reserve tank.
Right. This reserve tank will, definitely help. I think he doesn't need it anymore. He doesn't need it for like pause abusing, anything like that. He doesn't need that because he's got Varia, but
exactly.
It will theoretically, not theoretically, it will help out for Mother Brain if he decides to maybe cut some of the E-tanks that he ends up picking up. We've got a map reveal for Norfair for Osse, 8.5 minutes in. We have finally
Ridley and Ship.
First map.
Yep.
Gosh, they're so
Ridley and Ship and another major right here. We'll see what this is.
They're so close together. Word like Ridley to The ship, it's kind of crazy, right? I mean, that's
Hmm.
wild.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not Mother Brain to ship. It's always funny
Right,
when that happens. It's like, oh, 20-second escape, cool.
right. So Aussie has definitely enough health to take on Mother Brain at this point. So that is something that he definitely does not have to worry about anymore. So I think Aussie's probably. I imagine that what's going through Aussie's head right now is he's looking to narrow his focus on just finding ammunition and bosses, correct? Because right now he
Yeah.
cannot kill Ridley.
Right. Yeah, he does not have the ammo or charge beam to be able to kill Ridley. Um, so yeah, Aussie, like, one, we're starting pretty early with both suits, which already gives you a lot of access to a lot of things. The way I usually think about it is like, what's my go mode? What is the minimum amount of things I need to finish the game? And the big things to look for are heated rooms, water movement, speed locks, and damage. Like how much damage can you put out in a boss fight?
Right, right.
So Aussie has water movement with gravity, heated rooms with Varia. Speed locks are kind of the last thing on the list, really, because there's only a handful of those that can come up in a seed, but they can really ruin your day sometimes. But yeah, other than that, he needs like 30 supers or he needs charge beam. They do have plasma, so charge beam would be the quickest way to find go mode.
Mm,
But because we're so close to go mode, he's probably just going to be trying to move as quickly as he can, finding bosses, and hope he finds that stuff along the way.
right. Hopes he finds charge or just ammunition along the way. It'll be interesting to see what he goes for if he starts looking for ammunition or charge. Um, he's got enough majors at this point to where I could sort of, I don't know. He hasn't really picked up any beams other than plasma. I suspect that maybe he's looking for charge, given the fact that he's not going for X's right now. That's what I think.
Yeah,
What do you think, Ward?
absolutely charge. Because you can kind of calculate it like charge is one item that could give you go mode versus needing basically 6 more super packs to give you the same go mode. So the odds are higher in a sense of finding charge and just being able to, or at least it would be a faster way of completing the game if you could find
Right.
charge. But you also
So-
don't know if charge is going to be very far away. So
Right,
you
'cause
don't
charge
want to be
could-
skipping too many super missiles along the way.
Right. Because charge could be like the last item in, in a map seed's logic chain, and
Yeah.
if that's the case, that's definitely going to be really tough, especially if you're like counting on grabbing that instead of ammunition. And Aussie has just found Mother Brain, and what a particularly funny spot for Mother Brain too, right outside a tube.
Yep. Yeah, and that's another huge piece of info for Aussie, because like Ridley is the big thing you always want to look out for. You want to know where he is so that you can kind of plan your routing back to him once you have the ability to kill him, and then Mother Brain, you just need to know where the end of the game is.
Right.
So he has found both of those things, and he's found ship. Those are like the 3 biggest pieces of information I look for when I'm navigating. What is this map layout? He's got a map immediately in Wreck Ship, and then he goes to Meridia, and there's a map immediately on the other side.
It's pretty absurd, certainly. I didn't get a good look at the map. Aussie kind of just
Yeah.
got everything he needed just by glancing at it. I didn't see a whole lot in this
Yeah.
part of the game for Aussie.
I don't think there were any
Here's the
majors there
Meridian
or
map.
any bosses. So now, same thing in Meridia. There's nothing here
There's
except one
nothing.
X. I think he might go up for that X, but otherwise he's just leaving here. It's not worth the time.
Okay, he's not going to
Yeah.
go after the X. So I think that definitely cements that he's looking for charge as opposed to more ammunition. If Aussie has
First
to
try
switch
get glitched.
game plan, that was actually pretty sick. I'm not going to lie.
I've never done it that fast.
I did it one time, and I was just like, "Oh, cool, this isn't so bad." Never done it like that again.
Uh-huh.
Never done it like that again, because of course not, you know?
Yep.
Um, so let's see. You know, Aussie it could cost Aussie a lot. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, y'all. I just
No,
started
you're good.
randomly coughing. It could cost Aussie a lot of time if he decides to abandon charged and go for supers and ammunition. I mean, it could happen. It could
Yeah,
happen.
it could cost him either way if he like starts skipping supers looking for charge, or if he decides to go ammo and bail on charge, because you never know if the one major you skipped is charge beam, and you never know if you won't find charge beam and all the X's you skipped were the supers you needed.
Right, right.
Yeah,
I can't
and that's
imagine
the
at this point that he's too happy about that E-tank either. I just saw this long sigh from Aussie.
yeah.
I can't imagine he's too happy about that E-tank right now because he really does not need that anymore.
And yeah, because that's one of the weirdly stressful things in a lot of these races is when you find a whole lot of equipment very early, it can be kind of stressful because then the entire game is open to you, and if you need one more thing to finish the game, you don't know if your opponent is in a similar situation and just happen to go a different direction and find the one thing you're looking for.
Oh, for
So
sure, yeah, and that
so
can be
Aussie right now,
very
every item he
stressful.
collects that is not charge is another thing in the back of his mind. Like, what if Harley is finding the thing that I am not finding?
Yeah, and that can be very stressful. Okay, so Harley has found the criteria map. We have one major over here, 2 X's, 2 circles, and I'm wondering what she's going to end up going for, because I think at this point, you know, that major right there is probably something that she needs. I
Yeah.
don't actually remember what it was, and I don't remember if
I don't know if
went for
Aussie got that. He just flipped through his maps. He does not have the criteria map, and I didn't see that on his screen. So that could be
okay.
charge beam. That could be the
So
charge beam that Aussie is looking for.
that, and if it is the charge beam, that could be, you know, I mean, that could put Harley at an advantage. Put her in give her a confidence, you know, boost in this seed. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, finding charge really super early. I know that when I find charge super early, I'm super happy about it because that means I don't have to worry about, you know, combing through the entire map to look for every super I can. It's definitely a load off of the mind, essentially, for me, because it allows Mother Brain and Ridley to be defeatable without having to rely too much on ammunition. So
Yeah, if I'm Harley here, I'm probably grabbing that charge beam and immediately going to Bryn.
right, right. If it's charge, I guess we don't know yet.
Or
But
yeah, sorry, grabbing that major and going to Bryn. Nah,
that would be funny if we
it's
called it, though, right,
definitely
Larry?
charge. It has to be. There's no
Gotta
other
be.
option. I am willing it into existence.
That would be pretty impressive, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So
But
Harley's
there's an X on the way, but we'll
X?
see. Sorry, go ahead.
We'll
Go ahead.
see if it is a super. Survey says
It is power bombs.
No, it's not a
It's
super.
okay though,
Power
because
bomb.
this is going to be charge beam, guaranteed. Aw, it's spring ball.
Spring
Okay, so yeah,
ball.
Aussie does not have spring ball, so he has not been this way.
Right. At this point for Harley, I think locating spring ball is not. Well, it's not really. It's not really necessary anymore, especially considering
Yeah.
without gravity. I think that without. I think that without gravity, spring ball's usage is very obvious. Because you can use it in you combo with ice beam and climb underwater stuff, or you can use the spring ball jump to climb underwater. Well, but if you have gravity, it's not as helpful. I can imagine there's just
Yeah.
some additional stuff that you can do with it. There is a spring ball zeb skip, but I haven't seen too many people use spring ball zeb skip
Yeah.
in a map rando.
There's not a big point in learning it because it doesn't save that much time as far as I know, and you're not guaranteed to have it every time.
Right. So, in the meantime, Osse has defeated another boss, Kraid. We were sort of, while we were weighing Harley's options and theorizing about what that major could be, Osse went ahead and just, annihilated Kraid.
Yeah, blink and you miss it.
Right. Also,
I saw him fighting Kraid, then I looked over at Harley, and then he was somewhere else.
Right. Let's see.
Yeah, he's heading for this map. So the other thing Osse is looking for right now is Fantoon, which this is a left-facing map, so it could be. Yeah, this is probably Fantoon right here. Nope, it's not.
Interesting.
So there's one more right-facing door up there that could be Fantoon. And he's probably going to go straight for that instead of this left door.
Right. So for those of you guys in chat that are not sure about this, when you find an unpowered save station or map station, Fantoon is guaranteed to be nearby. And really nearby, not very far away at all.
It has to be connected to the same room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Osse can do here with Fantoon. Without charge, I imagine he's just going to go for missile strats. Nice.
Yeah. Just
really
the standard Fantoon first strat, I think.
Right.
Try to get a 2-round maybe.
Missile Dopplering, of course, is very tough. But Osse's making it look easy, like a pro. Meanwhile, over on Harley's end, I could kind of see the disappointment and, or at least frustration on her face when she did that infinite bomb jump at the top of the Indiana Jones room to get only to get a missile.
Yeah,
that is
rough.
A very costly infinite bomb jump if you fail it a couple of times. So. But I know that Osse just went through this room not too long ago, so Harley is on the right track.
Yeah, she's about to find Fantoon.
Not picking up the missile pack. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. When I had a coaching session with Nito the other day, and I was kind of asking him what's his method for missiles, and he's just like, by the time I get to 30, I'm not really looking for missiles anymore, especially if I have charge. But yeah, generally more than 30 you don't really need. For Mother Brain, you sometimes need 40 without charge, but it's easy enough to pick up 2 missiles or just run into them sometimes.
That is good to know. Once you hit 30, it's not necessary that much, really.
Yeah, this Brinstar is loaded. We got Big Pink, we got 3 majors back to back. One of them is Charge Beam. So Osse, I think, is just going for Ridley right now. He's done. He is very much go mode.
He's done? Oh, wow. Okay, well, we're about to see, and well, with Wave, Osse's going to have an even greater advantage against Ridley because of the additional damage. So, Osse has found charge in this one area. Like Ward was saying, well, I guess I'm not sure if he needs X-ray anymore, but he's got it.
He got it. I can't think of any possible use that would speed up his completion of the game at this point for X-ray.
Right. Now, he doesn't have ice. I do want to point this out. He does not have
that's a good point.
So, it's possible that he may look for ice. Now, the reason why, of course, he's looking for ice, or no, I don't know if he's looking for ice, but the reason why he might be looking for ice is because ice will allow him to Zebetite skip and get to Mother Brain faster to, initiate the Mother Brain fight. I don't know if he's going to do that. I do know that there is a couple of strange ways to Zebetite skip that I don't see very often. You can Zebetite skip with X-ray, and there's also a way to do it with grapple. It's my understanding that that stuff is very hard, and it's not typically seen either. So I don't know if
But this is Osse we're
or
talking
something like
about.
that. You are right, Word. This is Osse. He actually might go for something like that.
If anyone in this tournament was going to go for something like that, I would expect it to be Osse.
And if he does, I have to say that would be really exciting because that is something very rare that we do not get to see very often. Now, it is worth noting that he still is in Brinstar, so maybe he is going to look for an additional majors there, hoping he can find ice. It could be that he's still looking to find additional ammo. He may give up on ice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, of course, it is possible to speed boot charge with and get a Zebetite skip through utilizing that method, utilizing that tool. I wasn't really able to see we haven't seen the other side of Mother Brain yet, so I don't know if Osse really has a runway in order to be able to do that. Did you catch that, Word?
No, I didn't catch that, but context clues at least. Osse is the kind of person who probably would have noted that. So the fact that he's still scrounging for ammo makes me think there was not a runway.
Okay.
Because the ammo isn't really going to speed up Ridley all that much. It is slightly faster than Charge Plasma, but it's not like it's going to speed up the fight.
Oh, no! Oh, poor Osse. I saw that chuckle when he missed the opener shot.
Oh.
Oh, poor Osse. Oh, you know, what can you do? What can you do?
Yeah.
We all miss that opener shot and shoot diagonally instead of vertically, so it happens. It
So
does
why?
happen.
I've seen people do that forever, but I've never actually found out why. Why do people do the jump over Ridley and shoot down? Does it like double hit or something?
It's just the opener.
Okay.
It's what I do, but
Yeah.
I don't know why I do it.
Yeah.
And here's the real reason why I do it, because that's what Charles and Drewski and Real Cutie told me to do. That's the real reason why.
You know
I
what?
do
That's
it.
fair.
And I have a feeling that if the three of them say to do something, then and they're all in agreement, then I should probably follow what they're saying.
Yep.
And not question it too much.
Yeah, and Ridley in particular is a crazy boss fight. Like, there's so much nuance to it. Okay, so that was left cathedral entrance next to Mother Brain, so I don't think that's a runway. But yeah, for Ridley, like, I know there's so many nuances to it. Like, I've seen people talking about X Factor strats and how you do specific movement in specific ways to manipulate Ridley's RNG to lean towards certain patterns that are better for you. So I'm like, maybe it has something to do with that. I don't know, but I've seen it enough. There has to be a reason for it.
So I would like to point out that several runners did provide additional information for why that opener is the standard. Thank you, Links, Nitro. Thank you, chat. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I do that opener, but I can't really explain why I do that opener. It's just what Drewski and Cutie and Charles taught me to do. So I just do it without questioning it.
That makes a lot of sense. If you shoot from farther away, you can use the time while the beam is traveling to charge your next shot. So it buys you like an extra half second, probably.
Right, and
that's really clever. I never thought about that.
Yeah, that's actually a very succinct way of putting it too. So we appreciate y'all for clarifying that. So in the meantime, let's see. But I would like to say that accidental diagonal falling. When you're going for that opener, sometimes you get the accidental diagonal. That is so easy to do, and I actually do that probably about 25% of the time on accident. And it felt very validating to see Aussie just like kind of laugh and chuckle at that. Because at that point, that's really all you can do is just laugh that it happened, you know?
Osse, you're crazy even going for that short charge. Do you see what he tried to do?
Oh, I see. I see. If anybody can do it, it's Aussie.
Oh, he almost made that. He's doing his best. Because the thing is, Osse in this scenario, if he can do it, he really needs this to be like optimally fast. Because otherwise he's going to have to kill all the Zebatites, go refarm his ammo, and then use that ammo to kill the Mother Brain tank, which is what he's doing now. So okay,
Look at this. Okay.
I respect it. Going for it twice. I certainly can't do either of the methods he was trying.
Right.
And he was close on all three.
Right. I couldn't do it either. I couldn't do that either. That's just way too tight for me. But I respect him for going for it for sure. So this is an interesting. It's interesting comparing what's going on with Osse and Harley. You know, we have Harley has a lot of the same majors at this point. She is missing speed and plasma, but does have spring ball. I gotta be perfectly honest. I think Harley's doing a really good job on this seed. I would love it if I would have gotten the chance. I would love to have the chance to actually see her do the entire thing because I think that she can really do a good job at this.
Yeah,
she's
100% because she's got 2 bosses down, and she would, if she went back to wherever Dragon was, she would very quickly find Plasma. I think be able to kill that and then be able to do Ridley. So like she's keeping up very well. Like I think this would be a sub-hour time for her if she actually finished the seed. But unfortunately, Osse is Osse. Like I don't, against anyone else, I think like this is a very close race. But Osse just zooming through everything way too fast.
Yeah, I think Harley's doing an exceptional job here. But I also think too, like you said, Osse is just Osse, and this Osse is, I think, really gonna excel with a seed like this, just because he's so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the difference maker here is, you know, just a lot, like, you know, a lot of knowledge and a lot of you know, awareness for how the logic works. That's, you know, a lot of the difference, and of course, you know, experience too, because Osse just has so much experience. So we have about 50-second escape timer.
Yep, and once again, I forgot to ask chat to put in their guesses for the escape timer. But you know, Osse was just going through that seed so fast. There's no time to really say anything.
Right. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. There is no time to say anything.
Less than optimal. Osse had banned Morph. Harley banned X-Ray. Then Harley picked Varia, and Osse picked Screw Attack. And when we say, so quick note for item draft, because we didn't get to talk about that. For item draft, basically, each player gets to veto is a better word for it. Veto an item that they don't want to start with, and then they get to pick an item that they do want to start with, which even vetoing an item so they can't start with it does keep it in the item pool, so you will still be able to pick up Morph, for instance, even though Osse banned it. But it just means Harley couldn't have picked Morph as a starting item.
Right. Yeah, we weren't able to really explain that going into it.
Yeah.
we just gotta.
But again, here's Harley on Dragon. She is, like, after this, she would have been one boss short of finishing the game. Like, this was a very impressive race from Harley.
I think so too.
This would have been a really good time for her. Probably a PB.
I agree 100%. I think Harley was fully capable of getting sub-hour on this. You know, I think she played incredibly well for most of it. Osse is just something else, though, you know?
And that freaking hypo jump in Plasma Pirates, I'm still... that was crazy.
It's crazy.
As we were trying to explain, like, this is not really a feasible jump. You're not supposed to be able to get out with just high jump and wall jumps, and then she just does it. Like, what? Come on, Harley.
Yeah, that was really impressive. That's something that I've always thought is really cool about her. She's very good at picking up really unusual tech and stuff like that.
Hello and welcome back, Speed Gamers.
We jinxed each other there.
Yeah, I paused a little bit. Like, wait, okay, I should start talking now. Whoops.
I paused a little bit too because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, maybe we should have communicated that beforehand. That might have been helpful.
Well, welcome back everybody to SG3 Speed Gaming 3. We are about to start match number 2 between Osse and Harley Hardt. And of course, you know, definitely give both of the runners a follow. Definitely give the channel Speed Gaming 3 and all the Speed Gaming channels a follow. So,
and also shout outs to our tracker, Horse Girl Esports. Trackers do amazing work on these races. We don't get to restream these races without them, and sometimes it's a really hard job because you got to track when two runners who are getting items, and sometimes they're getting an item and then dying and then getting the item again and then dying again. So like keeping track of all the different things that can happen in a race is a lot of work. So shout outs to our trackers.
Yes, shout outs to our trackers. Thank you, Horse Girl. So we've got a category type of race here. We were talking beforehand that we don't know if Osse or Harley picked this. But this particular category is called Varia plus movement. This is a pretty tricky category. So, why don't you give us the details on it? What is the deal with Varia plus movement?
So basically, the idea, this was created for the last tournament from last year, where basically the idea was to create a bunch of different categories that like slightly mix up how we're playing the game. In this case, it's kind of trying to simulate having both suits, that is Varia and Gravity suit, without giving you both suits. So what it does is it gives you Varia suit, which protects you from heat damage, and then it gives you high jump, spring ball, ice beam, and grapple, which combined together let you navigate almost any water room. So it's like you can navigate almost everything you could with Gravity Suit, but you have to be a bit more creative and like know a lot more tricks with your movement to actually accomplish that. And it's going to be a lot slower than it would be if you had Gravity Suit.
Right. So if you have a weakness in your own skill set when it comes to underwater movement, you know, this is going to be a tough category for sure. Osse just found Ice Beam and Morph Ball, and I want to say too, Harley's not that far behind Osse. She is about to pick up Ice Beam. I think this category, or I'm sorry, not Ice Beam. She's gonna pick up a Morph Ball pretty soon. She's gonna make a little bonefish bridge, get up there. Let's see. Osse is just kind of exploring right now.
Yeah.
That little nook there in Everest was kind of it didn't work out. So.
Yeah. There's a lot of doors in Everest, and it's one of those that can be kind of frustrating to find early because, like a lot of hub rooms, you want to be checking every door at some point, because you never know where the important items might be. But because it's a water room, a very large water room, and you don't have Gravity Suit, checking all those doors can be very time consuming. So it can be kind of frustrating to either not find the things you're looking for or just have to spend a lot of time getting those things.
Right.
We have another Mama Turtle.
Early Mama Turtle, yeah. Aussie made that navigating that look very easy. So,
I think Mama
we're
Turtle's just the theme
definitely
of the weekend, apparently.
apparently so. I had a lot of trouble with Mama Turtle last night. If I'm going to be real. So Aussie just picks up power bombs, which is good because he doesn't have regular bombs yet. See, Aussie just knows all the timing,
Yep.
all the correct timing. That makes
I'm
all the
going.
difference in the Mama Turtle tank room.
I'm going to steal that because most of the time when I go into Mama Turtle and I get both items and I have to find my way out, I'm just kind of jumping down and hoping Mama Turtle doesn't hit me. But that's pretty cool where he like stood low so he could see where Mama Turtle was going, and then basically watched Mama Turtle's pattern so he knew when to do the jump while she was on her way back.
Exactly. I'm going to steal that too. It was pretty amazing. So, Aussie is progressing through a lot of this pretty quickly. He just picked up Spazer, which at this point, Spazer will definitely help you with doing additional damage. It definitely makes some boss fights quicker and easier. But it's not the most exciting beam to get.
Because the thing is, when you're in randomizers, especially in races, the name of the game is progression. I want to find an item that gives me access to more things to find more items. And unfortunately, Spazer is one of those items that almost never gives you progression. So like, it's nice to have Spazer. Having Spazer is better than not having Spazer because you can do more damage and survive more things, and it's just all over more convenient to have. However, when you see a major on the map and you go for that major and it's the one of like two majors that don't give you progression, it can be a bit frustrating and demotivating because it could have been literally anything else and it wasn't.
Right. So, Aussie gets to peek the Meridian map. He does locate a major there. There are lots of X's. Only one major. We'll see what he does here. For Harley has now found the Mama Turtle tank room. I could see the frustration on her face because this room is very painful to deal with, and she's had to deal with it a lot today. Aussie picks up his first super missile at this point in the game. That's a huge deal. It might as well be a major. I mean, if we're going to be honest.
First supers and first power bombs absolutely count as majors in Map Rando because they are so vitally important to pretty much everything.
Oh, Harley's having some issues with the grapple, and like to be fair, like grapple is deceptively tough. Like it looks like. Yes. Go ahead.
Grapple beam is in my opinion, the worst item in the game in terms of functionality. Like, even the way they expect you to use it in the vanilla game is like insanely frustrating because it's so precise and the beam comes out like super fast but also not instant, so you have to hold the button for longer to make it reach all the way, and if you miss by like 3 pixels then you just don't get the grapple connection. So yeah, it's Mama Turtle and every other grapple room can be incredibly frustrating. And an unfortunate death. As we saw, Mama Turtle does a lot of damage.
Right. It's very unfortunate. My hope is that Harley will stay focused and just, keep going and just, shake it off, Mama Turtle tank is definitely, we talked about it a lot already, but Mama Turtle tank is definitely nothing to underestimate. It's just very, very hard.
There's a reason I do it the exact same way every single time, because I've died to it enough times to work out that kind of specific method.
This E-Tank will help Harley a lot and match up her energy. No. This is so hard. I had my own struggles with this room recently too, last night. Because like I said, I have a lot of experience going through this room, but not in a rando. I have the experience I have is in hundo. So of course in it's dramatically different in Hundo. This is just a tough room. I hate it.
It really is.
That Harley's having to deal with it again. Meanwhile, on Osse's end, Osse picked up a second power bomb. Not the most important thing right now. Probably not what he's looking for. But you know,
when you don't have bombs, though, it is very nice to get that second power bomb pack, because when you only have 5 power bombs, it's very easy to just run out of ammo, and there aren't a lot of enemies in this game that drop power bombs at a decent rate. So if you don't have power bombs and you need power bombs, you can be in for a massive time loss. So that second power bomb pack is usually pretty huge.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I think any more after 2 is probably just a little bit too much. I could see somebody picking up a third one just for safety or whatever.
Yeah, third one for Crystal Flash, but that doesn't come up terribly often.
All right, we're gonna see
Harley. She's got like 2 hits to spare, and she didn't even take a hit. Pro gamer move.
Loved that. I loved that. Practically skipped off the back of Mama Turtle like you skip a stone off of a lake water.
Yep. She's gonna get this other major over here with that power bomb she just got. I don't remember what it was, but Osse surely already has that one. That was Phaser, right? Yeah.
I guess. Now, hopefully, Harley will stay focused and get her head in it and everything. Now that she's moved past that, because it's very easy to spiral. You know, when you struggle at a specific room. Meanwhile, speak of a room that's very easy to spiral in, the room that Osse was in just a moment ago. He does not have a lot of health, but of course, you know, Osse's a pro. Osse's one of the best. Even utilizing a safety save to revert when he saw the reserve tank. Didn't think the reserve tank was even worth it. I really, really respect that kind of confidence.
Yeah, but just having a pivot save in general can be so nice if you know how to use it. Especially like in big hub rooms where you've got a lot of doors to check, you can do exactly what Osse just did. The pillar room can be a time-consuming room to go through, and if you have to walk back through it, it's even more time you're burning. But if you have a save on the other side and it turns out to be nothing important behind pillar room, you can save the entire trip back, which cuts your time loss in half.
Yeah.
And in a big hub room, you can do that 4 times over.
Right, and we actually just saw him do it again. So, I mean, this is definitely some pro-level thinking right here, and it's very interesting to watch it, because I'm definitely, you know, doing what I can to learn when that is appropriate to do, you know.
Or you could just follow WX's advice and save early, save often.
Which is definitely what I do. I try to remember to do that. Sometimes I have a little bit of a bravado, though, and get a little too overconfident.
Yeah.
But Map Rando has a way of knocking you back if you, you know.
Map Rando can humble you very quickly.
Yes, it can. So, unfortunately, I think Harley might be getting a little knowledge checked here, because she's trying a couple of different things to get up Everest, but she eventually went with the tried and true spring ball method. She does have high jump boots, so she can do that. She's saving, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna have to help her. I on a side note, just, you know, for myself, I wanna teach her how to like grapple jump and everything in the water.
Yeah, grapple jumping is super useful. I keep forgetting to practice it. I know how to do it, I just never use it. And then because I never use it, when it comes up in a race, I just kind of don't, because I'm like, wait, I don't remember what to do.
And that's fair. It does not get used a whole lot. I actually forced myself to learn it back in the community's arcade days, because I was in one of Eddie's arcade matches, and I forced myself to learn that so I could get easy bonus points.
That's great.
Um,
Yes, Super
It's
Metroid
very
arcade
hard to
mode
do.
is wild.
Oh yeah. I loved it. I've always loved it. It's very fun. Um, we've got Harley in a brand new area. She's found Meridia. I assume that she's going to be looking for the map here in a little bit. And in the meantime, Osse is just moving so quickly through this. He's a little bit hard to keep track of. I remember when
Yep.
Osse was going through this room earlier that Harley's in. So I couldn't tell you how much time Harley's behind Osse, but Osse did go through this room a while back. So I feel like Harley's on the right path now. I feel like she's on the right path. I think, again, we're seeing a difference of, just knowledge and experience. But
Yep. Knowing what to do to move through areas optimally and having good enough movement to just do it on the fly without even thinking. Like it's one, a knowledge thing, but also an experience with that knowledge. So like a lot of this, I'm sure Osse almost doesn't even have to think about. Like he sees this room and it's just automatic. Here's what I do to get through here quickly. And that lets him focus on more specific things of like, he's probably just moving through some of these rooms thinking like, okay, where was my last save and where is the next boss and what item am I looking for to finish that boss? Like,
right.
There's so much going on in his mental stack, and so much of that is just because he's been doing this for so long.
Let's see. So Osse's found a couple of things here recently. One of them being bombs, which I'm sure is probably not something he was very excited about. You can kind of see him work out in his head right now what to do. He's weighing his options. We're about to see what he's gonna do.
Bombs can be important though. They give him a can fly, so like if you needed to get like top right of ship, for instance, he didn't have a way to do that before. So there are a few things bombs do for you.
Okay. Interesting. I guess he could also infinite bomb jump too if he needs to.
Yeah.
Can't imagine he's going to be in too many places where you would need that. But in the meantime, Harley has picked up a couple of extra maps here. So hopefully she's got a good plan of where to go next. She's going across... what do you even call this room? The X-ray hallway? I actually don't know.
It has a name, but I think everyone just calls it X-ray hallway because in the vanilla game, it's the hallway before the X-ray visor.
Right.
But I forget what the name is. It's like spiky grapple tunnel or something. Red Bryn Firefly room. Yeah, I'm never gonna think of that when I'm thinking of this room. It's X-ray hall.
Let's see. We see Harley weighing her options here. Osse picks up another E-tank. It's interesting that he's picked up so many E-tanks. Do you think he's doing this? Well, he must be doing this on purpose, right? He's not blind checking these resources right here. He's grabbing more E-tanks. So I wonder,
that one
is this for Ridley?
So I think that one he grabbed because that room has a double item, and on the map a double item will only show the highest priority item, and tanks take priority over ammo. So I think he was hoping for a super missile in that room actually instead of a tank.
Oh, okay. I actually did not know that tanks take priority over that in that way. I did not know that. So that's good to know. You learn something new every day, right? In the meantime, Osse did just find charge, which I think at this point is pretty huge.
Yeah, I would say
he's not out of the water yet, but like it's pretty huge at this point, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, because now he doesn't need to find more super missiles. They would still be nice because he only has ice and spazer, which makes for a pretty slow Ridley and Mother Brain fight. So supers still speed him up here, but he doesn't need supers to complete the game anymore. And in fact, I would say that actually might be his go mode once again, because he can navigate any water room almost with the equipment that he has. He has bombs, so he can do infinite bomb jumping to get up to high places without walls.
Right.
The only thing he might be missing is speed booster for any speed locks that we haven't ruled out yet.
Right. I think also
Deuce is saying Plasma is on the way to Ridley. That's interesting.
So Harley has picked up charge, so I feel like she's close to Osse.
Yeah.
She just really needs to find those bosses. She really needs to find those bosses. And here, Osse is definitely going to be... Yeah, he's loaded up for a grapple kill. Beautiful. I have got to learn how to do that. I have got to learn how to do that. That's very impressive. I also suspect, too, that the additional... Well, I guess the benefit of having an additional E-tank is that you can definitely tank a few more hits, from some of these bosses. Because these bosses, definitely never underestimate them. They will hit like a freight train if you don't have both suits,
Yeah, I've heard a few people say a few times that, like, no matter how good you are at this video game, there is always a non-zero chance that you just die to Ridley.
Right.
This is not an easy video game by any stretch.
Right.
To even be completing one of these map randomizers, for instance, is like it's an accomplishment.
It's definitely an accomplishment, and we've all seen top runners. I mean, like top 30, 20, top 10, top 5. We've all seen top level runners, just lose against Ridley every now and then. It just happens, It just happens.
Yep.
Sometimes Ridley just throws you a curveball, I think another thing too, I have a little theory here, that Osse might not even be going for gravity. Hence, one of the reasons why he's picking up additional E-tanks.
Oh, that's a speed
yeah.
lock. That's a speed lock. That was Frog Speedway.
Ooh.
That could get interesting. Was that the way to Ridley? That might have been the way to Ridley, actually.
Yeah, I know Ridley is.
Although,
Look
yeah,
at
no,
that. Wow.
yeah, you need speed to get there and back. That's a speed lock.
Gosh, I saw that grimace
makes things
on
interesting.
Osse's face. I saw the grimace on Osse's face.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, this is gonna be interesting, y'all. Osse is in a situation where he has to go. He's got to find speed now. There's no other choice. Something else that I want to point out here: Harley actually picked up that map very quickly. It was one of the first things that she did is go after that map. So she actually knows where Ridley is already, and hopefully, just by observation alone, she knows that it's speed. That Ridley is speed
Hopefully.
locked.
That is probably the most difficult speed lock to spot on the map, because it's just a blank, long, rectangular room.
Right.
It is unique.
hard
It's
for
the only
anybody
8-tile room in the game, but it's very easy to just not notice that when you're looking at the map.
Right. It'd be hard for anybody to pick up on that, so we'll have to see what happens. Oh gosh. Oh, poor Harley. That is rough right there.
Yeah, I think she just decided it wasn't worth it, because she saw already that's a missile pack up there.
Oh,
but
yeah,
honestly, good heads-up play freezing that platform and wall jumping up to it. It's not something you always think about. But that's a cool way of doing it if you miss the first pass and jumping onto that platform. I think right now, looking at her movement, I feel like she's having a little bit of analysis paralysis here, of not really knowing where to go. I think she also accidentally burned a super, so she couldn't go left for that E-tank.
Right. That's unfortunate. That's ooh, Harley does suffer from a little bit of decision paralysis. It happens. It happens. Especially with, I mean, it happens to all of us every now and then, especially when we just don't know what to do. It's a tough thing to get out of, but I'm hoping that Harley pulls through here. Let's see. She's avoiding the reserve tank.
Interesting.
Probably not a terrible idea,
Yeah.
but I don't know. If I were in her position, I might have gone for it, just because of needing the extra health for to survive bosses. Because she doesn't have gravity, neither does Osse.
Yeah. I can tell you she is more than capable of doing both Ridley and Mother Brain on 4 tanks. It's not necessarily
100%.
something you want to be doing all the time if you can, quickly grab a tank to be safer, but she's more than capable of pulling it off. So she doesn't
100%.
strictly need that tank.
I think in a race-like setting, I think I would take it the reserve for safety, but like 100% Harley is capable of doing it. So let's see. Harley's got hopefully she's gotten through her decision paralysis. She's talked about it before. I think that when you're a newer map rando player, that kind of stuff can be very, very difficult to deal with. But she's continuing to going. She's making choices, so that's good.
I do want to point out there is a non-zero chance that if Osse finds X-ray, he just goes and finishes the game. Well, he might need Wave. If he finds Wave and X-ray, that would be kind of cool to see. So there is technically another way past that speed lock. It is Frog Speedway. Going right to left is actually quite easy. If you have Wave Beam and either Plasma or Spazer, you can, it's weird, but if you just angle up and shoot for a while, it will unload the speed blocks and you can just run through them. It's weird.
Ooh, that is weird.
Yeah, and then left to right, you can't do that, but you can set up a G mode for which you need 1 reserve tank, an X-ray, and you need to like trigger the reserve tank as you're walking through the door.
Wow.
It's a wacky setup, but you can do that to also overload the PLMs and unload those speed blocks. So it is technically possible for Osse to finish this seed without speed booster, but I think that's unlikely here. But if he finds both, I'm curious if he actually just goes for that.
Let's see. Okay, well, our tracker, the wonderful horse girl, just had an issue at there where they are, where a fire alarm went off, but I think everything's okay now, so...
Fun.
Okay. I'm glad everything's okay, horse girl.
Okay, all good, cool, awesome.
Okay,
the candle went out. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Glad it was something simple.
Yeah, I'm glad it was something simple. And yeah. Let's see. So Osse's going into the sand pits. Harley's having a little bit of trouble figuring out what to do next in Norfair. But she's continuing to progress. I think it's honestly at this point, I think just a matter of time before Osse finds Speed Boot. He does have 1 boss down in Dragon. We did see that earlier. Harley does not have any bosses down yet. That being said, I think she is fully capable of defeating some bosses right now. I think she's just having trouble finding them outside of Dragon first. My guess is that she. Oh, Harley. Oh, girl, I'm so sorry. That happens to all of us. Sometimes we just miss the green door. The green
Everyone
gate.
talks about Green Gate glitch. No one talks about how hard Green Gate by itself is.
Exactly.
That thing is frustratingly difficult to hit. That little
Exactly.
green nub on the thing that opens the gates.
Right.
It's way harder than it
Exactly.
should be to hit that.
Exactly. Um, so Harley went for an additional E-tank right there. That's interesting.
Mhm.
And to be honest, I like that play from her. I think it's safe. I think she's aware that she doesn't have gravity, so she's playing like she doesn't have gravity. She's preparing for the bosses, is what I'm thinking she's up to right now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where she's headed. Maybe she's going to the top of the shaft. We'll figure out here in a minute. Um, Osse just found another missile pack. I'm
Mhm.
sure he was disappointed.
Thrilled. He's completely thrilled over that missile pack. You can see it all
Right,
over his
right.
face.
Exactly.
But yeah,
So-
and like this comes up in a lot of races, and it's been talked about before. But like speed locks can be a huge comeback situation where if one person is way ahead, they run into the speed lock, and then the other person just happens to take a different path and find speed. Like that can completely shift the balance in a race. However, the thing people don't talk about is your ability to do checks quickly, to just sweep through areas and check items as quickly as possible, still gives the faster player a pretty big advantage in that regard. Like Harley could absolutely just find speed booster and be way ahead,
oh yeah,
but Osse is
absolutely.
still, he is moving. He is
He
going through
is
this stuff as quickly as he possibly can,
moving.
trying to
Osse
find
is a
speed
man
booster.
on a mission right now, and you could see the disappointment at that other E-tank.
Hold. Okay, it's X-ray.
Oh, girl, I am so sorry. Well, I do want
Yeah.
to point out that with X-ray, I mean, you can theoretically kill some bosses more quickly.
Hmm.
But she does have X-ray, or she does have grapple already, so it's not going to be as useful for Dragon because
Yeah.
she could just use the grapple kill. But we'll
But the
see what.
X-ray is faster in even in that scenario. It does save time.
Okay, okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. I also want to point out something kind of funny. I want to point out something kind of funny. Did you notice how both of our runners were trying to ice clip at the same time a minute ago? Different
I
rooms,
did
of
not notice
course,
that.
but
That's
different
funny.
rooms, of course, but they were both trying to ice clip at the same time. I thought that was very funny. So, let's see. Osse is definitely a man on a mission here. He is doing everything that he can to find speed boots, and once he finds speed boots, the whole thing is just going to be blown wide open. The
Hmm.
whole thing is going to be blown wide open. So right now, this is still Harley's chance to at least match him in boss kills with Dragon, or find speed boots before he does. So this is quite an unusual race. I really do want to stress that this is an unusual situation that we're in here.
Hmm.
This is definitely a race to find speed boots.
100%.
Ooh, Osse took a pivot save there.
Yeah.
At this point, he's practically playing whack-a-mole. So
That is a very good way to describe it.
thank you,
Just like,
thank
is
you.
it this door? No. Is it this door? No. Is it this door? Oh,
Is it
maybe
this
it's this
door?
way. Oh,
No.
there's a map over here. There's wave beam. Okay, Osse, please, please do it for me. Go back to Norfair and get X-ray visor. Give us a show. Show us how to cheese through Frog Speedway.
Osse gonna pick
Want
up
to see some
an extra
tricks.
super missile pack. I missed the part where he turned ice off. So I'm not sure why he turned ice off, but I assume he had a good reason for it.
Yeah. Ice in general can just be kind of annoying when you're going through regular rooms. It does raise your DPS to have ice on, but also everything takes 2 hits. So it might have just been that. Maybe he was farming something and didn't want to be taking 2 shots per farm kind of thing.
Osse
I've heard people call it twice beam, which is fun.
Twice beam. That is fun. Osse just looked away from the camera. Oh my god, when he stumbled upon that ammo refill station. Oh, this is hard. You know, this has been kind of rough for both of our runners here. This is a tough seed. It really is. There's definitely a little bit of drama here, you know? I mean, Osse's basically having to explore the entire world map just to find one item. But it is only a matter of time until he finds it. Harley picks up not morph ball, I'm sorry, bombs, regular bombs, so...
Okay.
Interesting. You know, still a helpful item. Ooh. Turn around of the GT. I don't blame her.
Yep.
I think even Osse did that.
Alright, Osse about to get the Bryn map, which is not Fantoon, which he hasn't killed Fantoon yet, so I assume that means he hasn't found him either. Oh, Osse doing a cheeky little cross-room jump to get up crab hole, which is quite difficult. He didn't get it first try, so he's just going for the ice beam method.
Yeah, he's just going for the ice beam method.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though. I actually just saw Oates actually practicing that trick a few days ago on his stream.
Yeah. Nice.
Ooh. Okay, so
we got Kraid. And no more majors. No more majors in Bryn.
No majors. Wow, what a seed!
You can feel the frustration building on Osse's side.
Oh. I think Harley's struggling to figure out where to go next here.
Deuce is thinking Fantoon is also speed locked in Norfair. I didn't see what the speed lock was in Norfair, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
Speed locked in Norfair. That would be yeah.
This might be a situation kind of like what you ran into the other day, Bastion, where I think the Meridia map was locked by Speed, and then Speed was also in Meridia, so you just had to blind a random door to find Speed Booster.
Exactly, and I was so frustrated playing that seed, so I couldn't believe it. The map was locked behind it was speed boot locked, right?
It was the bottom of Decora room.
Exactly.
Which that's another room you could G-mode in potentially, but you know, who wants to do that?
Who wants to do that? I don't even know how to. I just watch Eddie do it and go, wow.
I had to learn it once, but it's annoying for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine. Speed boot was locked in the Decora room. The map was locked in the Decora room. That seed was atrocious, though. That seed was awful. Even Nito was just like, this is a terrible seed. This is horrible. So we are still on our hunt for speed boots. Osse has still not found speed boots. But he has defeated Kraid, so yeah, I mean, you know, Osse is pulling ahead a little bit, turns back around upon finding the plant boss. I'm blanking on the name right now. Spore Spawn. How do you like that? How do you like that though? Where Spore Spawn is right at the entrance of Criteria. I mean, what is that?
That's great.
Okay,
Runners
so Harley...
always hate it, but I always love it when I'm a viewer. Everybody loves Spo.
Yeah, everybody.
Also, I love Tails' X-ray animation. You're just sitting there. I don't know, just pogging.
What is that? Is that a pog or he's just screaming?
I don't know. Maybe he's screaming in pain because of all the radiation. I don't know.
Right.
Okay,
Definitely
Aussie
radiation.
finding a major in Big Pink. This could be
Ooh,
screw attack.
could
This
be
could
it.
be gravity. This could be speed booster.
This could be it. This could be the game changer moment right here. Drum roll, please.
It's gravity.
It's gravity,
Okay.
which is not what he wanted, but it will make him faster. But I imagine it's still not what he wanted. But over on Harley's end, Harley has defeated her first boss, which is Dragon, using a excellent X-ray kill. By the way, I'm really proud of her for doing the X-ray kill like that.
Also, Aussie finding Mother Brain. Two
That's a
majors
big
over there.
deal.
Okay, so speed is over there, guaranteed.
Okay.
So Aussie's about to be in go mode.
Right. We are about to see the tides turn here. We are about to see the tides turn here.
Which Aussie doesn't know it's guaranteed speed because he hasn't found X-ray yet, but we know as commentators because of seeing through the magic of seeing both runners.
There it is. Survey says it is in fact speed boots. So Aussie is 100% in go mode right now. I think I could see him sigh a breath of relief there that he found it, but
You gotta be wondering, is this too late? Like, did Harley have it 20 minutes ago?
Right. I think he's also just surprised that it took this long.
Because
Harley
again,
has a little bit of trouble with the Metroids over here. I think she's farming for ammunition right now in health. So
yeah. But like as we've said, Aussie being one of the most knowledgeable people about map rando, who knows the logic like the back of his hand, still it took him this long. It was literally the last location it could have been outside of where Screw Attack was for it to be speed booster. So like this sort of thing can happen to any runner in any given race.
I think this seed was deceptively complicated. I do. I think it was deceptively complicated. This seed has had a very tricky situation with speed boot, and I mean when it happens, it happens. Map rando will do that to you sometimes.
Yep. Map rando's gonna map rando.
And like Gameaholic 2D said in chat, Speed Booster is near Mother Brain. This is quite a backtrack. I mean, honestly, it is. You're having to cover a lot of area in this seed. This has been a deceptive seed. This has been a tricky map rando seed. One might even say it's a little mean,
Yeah. And I don't know, that's one of the dangers of picking a category where you start with a lot of equipment, because you have access to a lot of things and it can turn into just randomly hunting for the last thing that you need, because there just are so many options to go for.
Right. Speaking of so many options to go for, Aussie has just had an interesting moment there. Just examining the map and kind of pausing and weighing his choices. It seems like he's already made a decision here, but like I think that just goes to show you how crazy difficult and deceptive this seed has been. Even Aussie's had to take a moment to breathe and just think about which direction to go to. It's a tough seed.
It really is. But
Probably examining Meridia right now, trying to figure out where to go next. Flipping to Norfair. I just hope she's not getting overwhelmed. I think she might be. Pull through. She's tough. I know she can.
So right now we're still looking for Fantoon. We know where Ridley is, or at least Aussie does. I don't really remember. So based on context clues, I'm guessing he's headed for Ridley right now. because I think the only map we haven't seen is in Norfair. Wait, no. That was a right-facing map on Croc Speedway? Maybe not. I didn't quite see it clearly, but... so Osse is still looking for a map that he hasn't gotten yet. So there's still a good bit of navigation left.
Oh my gosh.
To even finish this game.
There's, Osse knows where Ridley is, but he still hasn't found Fantoon yet. And like this seed is far from over. Osse may be in go mode, but I mean, there's still so much to figure out. There's still so much to learn, Gosh, what a crazy round 2.
It has been crazy.
Harley's weighing her options right here. I'm kind of see how she's trying to figure it out. Looks like she's gonna start blinding Norfair. I'm wondering what she's going for. Maybe she's going for the trying to go for a map right now. Could be. Oof, this is
Which, to be fair, I think this is the correct direction. Also, this room is tough.
Yeah,
there's an invisible platform up there that you have to jump to. But with the water in the room, you can't really jump there from the ground. So the two ways to do it, the most common ways to do it is what Harley's doing right now, the cross room jump from the previous room, or opening the door and backing up almost all the way just before the transition, and you get just enough runway to barely make it on the platform. But either way, it can be quite frustrating to run into this room and try to think about how do I actually get up there.
Right, it's definitely a knowledge check room. Sure. Harley making a save right here.
I think, if I recall, I think she is headed in the correct direction, because I think Criteria was connected to Norfair on the west side of Norfair. So this would lead you towards speed, which is the thing she's going to need to finish the game.
Okay. Osse continues to go.
Okay, yeah, he's in Tori, and that's where Ridley was. So he's prioritizing Ridley and just going to probably try to get the Norfair map on the way back and assume that's Fantoon. Yeah, speed is literally on the opposite end of the world from Ridley. Ooh. It is very, very rude place to put speed booster.
Right, very rude, very rude. Harley's weighing her options right now, trying to figure out where to go. Oh, I was so hoping that Osse was gonna get that D boost. I was gonna be so hype about that. I used to do that D boost word when I was a hundo player. I used to do that D boost all the time. That was a very fulfilling D boost. If I must say.
Which one was that? I didn't catch it. Was it Crab Room, or I didn't see which room it was?
It's the Brinstar room with 3 hoppers, and there's the big wall on the right, and there's a gate at the very top. There's a gate at the very top. It's connected to Pink Brinstar. Middle right door.
Okay.
There's 2 hoppers and then a big boy hopper, and there's
okay. The wave gate.
Yeah, wave gate. Wave gate. When you're coming in from the right, there's a really cool strat where you can open the door from the top, and then deboost off of the big boy hopper at the bottom and just deboost at the door. Osse was trying to go for that. I was going to be so hyped for him if he got it, but he missed it, unfortunately. But to be fair, it's a pretty hard deboost. I can
imagine. Osse making short work of Ridley.
Gosh, Osse.
The professional that he is.
Exactly. Osse just melted Ridley. Just melted Ridley. Using a combination of supers and charge ice wave plasma too, might I add, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. It's just So I was talking about this recently. In fact, actually last night, I was talking about this. It's much harder than you think to switch to supers when you're in the middle of a Ridley fight, because so much can go wrong so quickly.
Yeah, it is a very complicated fight and a lot of things to keep track of, and it's very easy to just make one mistake and you're in the acid or you got hit by the tail and suddenly everything is going south really fast.
Right. Oh. So, Osse with Ridley down just has Fantoon left. And correct me if I'm wrong, Word, but I mean, I don't believe Osse has found Fantoon yet, right?
Correct, which again, we've seen a lot of areas and a lot of maps. I don't know if we've seen all 6, but of the ones we've seen, I think Norfair is the only one we don't have the map for. So based on that, I think Osse can very quickly deduce that Fantoon is just there. But as chat has been pointing out, that is behind a speed lock. At least the direction of the map is behind Croc Speedway, I believe.
Right.
So now that he has Speed Booster, he can just go get it.
Harley finding yet another missile pack. Imagine she's probably getting pretty sick of that at this point. I know Osse is whenever he picks up one.
Yeah.
45 missiles total for Osse. That's a lot of missiles,
Osse is at the point with ammo that he could have finished without Charge Beam. 40 missiles and 30 supers is the minimum you need to finish the game through Mother Brain.
Right.
There's some other edge cases, but generally speaking, you want 40 missiles and 30 supers. So he got Charge a long time ago, so he's just passively been picking up all of this ammo while looking for Speed Booster.
Oh, yeah.
That is how long he has been looking for Speed Booster.
I mean, how long do you want to say time-wise he's just been looking for... He looked for Speed Booster?
I think it's been 20 minutes.
20 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say at 30 minutes we were talking about Go Mode, and then we saw the Speed Lock.
Yeah, that is... unbelievable. What a seed, y'all. This is a nutty race. Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm a little floored by it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, okay, Osse has finally found Fantoon. Wow, I looked away for just a moment to adjust my microphone, and Osse has just found Fantoon. Wow. All right, so yeah, here we go.
Osse is going for the 2-round you can do with full beam combo. If you hit the opening phases with missiles, that's like 3 or 4 missiles per round ideally, and then just 2 charge shots with this beam combo kills Fantoon in 2 rounds. Wow, that's unfortunate.
Oh no!
He got the quick eye close, so he didn't quite get it, and there Fantoon's dead.
He was also a little bit too far to the right too. I could see how frustrated he was there. I think that he had some choice words there for Fantoon, but hey, we've all been there before.
Yep. But again, these runners, they do not know where the other runner is. They don't know if they're ahead or behind. So in a race like this, Osse, he's got to be feeling the pressure, because again, you don't know if Harley just blinded into criteria early and happened to find speed and maybe is about to finish. So that every time loss like that, or where you just like miss the shot on Fantoon or whatever, is just gonna add to the frustration that Osse is feeling right now.
Right, because that is part of the experience of map rando. There is definitely an element of luck. One person chooses the right door, one person chooses the left door, and who knows what's on either side, but the key to victory might be only on one side. So, now with Fantoon defeated, Osse is going to hightail it to a Mother Brain. And of course, I think Osse's having a little bit of seed bleed here right now. I think he's having a hard time remembering where Mother Brain was.
Yeah. It was in Criteria.
Yes. I think this is one of those seeds that Emmett talks about sometimes. A hundo seed, I think is what he called it one time.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Between the two runners, the only major we haven't seen is Screw Attack, and that's only because they got speed and decided it wasn't important.
Alright, come on, Harley, you got this. Osse has definitely widened the gap between both of them, though, with all 4 major bosses defeated. I think Harley was doing exceptionally well for a good period of time. Not even that far behind Osse. I think that there was maybe a little bit of maybe just having difficulty just trying to just figure out where to go. That's kind of what I've seen right here in this seed, and that's fair because I think anybody would get really messed up with a seed like this. I mean, imagine if this was in the weekly today, you know?
No, a lot of people would be very frustrated. I think the one saving grace in this instance that makes it not as bad as some other seeds is you get a lot of good movement items pretty early. Like, even if you're late to find speed, you're gonna have space jump. You already have high jump. You have spring ball. So it's frustrating because you're checking every area, but it's not like you're having to leave stuff behind while you're checking those areas, if that makes sense. You can like kind of full clear a section and not have to come back for it.
Harley locating the Brinstar map.
And there's Kraid.
So I assume that at this point she's going to go down and take care of Kraid. I think that we would have seen some different stuff here, a different situation if Harley had chosen. This area wasn't like locked behind anything, right?
Right, but it was blind because
but not locked.
You couldn't.
Right.
Yeah, because the Norfair map was speed locked. We couldn't get there without speed booster, and the only connectors through 2 criteria that I'm aware of were from Norfair. So you would never like see criteria on the map and choose to go there. You just have to be blinding doors in Norfair to get there. So yeah, it's one of those where it's just, again, it actually exactly, like we said, like the seed you had yesterday where Meridia map was blocked and then speed booster was in Meridia, so you just had to blind into the thing you're looking for.
Right. Good Kraid quick kill from Harley. And Osse is on Mother Brain, and I believe with Varia movement, Mother Brain phase 2 has been removed. Is that how that works?
No, that's Metroid objectives is the only one that does that.
Metroid objectives. Okay. Because I was freshening up on the category criteria earlier today, and it's a lot of information, so it's easy
a lot,
to get it jumbled in your head a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of those where I feel like it's kind of the result of the community as a whole just being, we want more chaos.
Right.
Because I want to say the first Map Rando tournament we did was just kind of standard settings. Every race was more or less the same, and like people raced their best of 3s, and that was kind of it. And then Eddie, when he put on his tournament, was like, okay, I want to make things interesting. I want to add more categories. So he added double suit, he added gravity plus health, he added Varia plus movement, he added Metroid objectives and no objectives. And so for this tournament, we actually put out a survey, or the tournament organizers put out a survey in the Map Rando Discord for like what people wanted to see. And some of it was like, do we want to see the multicat? Do we want to see item draft? Do we want to see random objectives? And I think the consensus was yes to all of them. And so here we are with all of those options in the game mode settings.
Yeah, and I think that that's really cool. I think that it keeps things fresh. I think it keeps things interesting. These are really cool creative ideas, I think. And it keeps things very competitive too. So Osse on the way to the escape site right now. I have no doubt that he'll get there in time. He has 60 seconds to do it. If anybody could do that, it's Osse. So we're going to have to wrap this up pretty soon. And, I imagine we'll have both of the runners in here to do post-match interviews and stuff. In the meantime, we're about to hit the hour mark. Harley is, I imagine she's probably looking for Fantoon at this point. She does, of course, know where Ridley is already. But unfortunately for her, we won't be able to see her get there. But that's okay. And that's it, y'all. That is it. With 32 seconds and 11 frames to spare, Osse is our winner in round 2 of this match in the gold bracket.
And just to reiterate, we say it a few times here and there, but neither runner is out yet. This is a double elimination in gold bracket, and then also we have some secondary, what you might call redemption brackets, where if you lose out in the first round of losers in the tournament, then you go to copper bracket. There's also a bronze bracket, a silver bracket, and then a gold bracket. So there's a lot more map random to be played for every runner in this tournament.
This is a very exciting season. It's there's going to be a lot of map rando, plenty of time to catch everything, and Harley's not out. Harley's not out of the gold bracket. Like we were saying, this is a double elimination, and who knows, Harley might be facing me next, or Harley might be facing Word next, because you're running in it as well, right?
I am, yes.
Yeah, so who knows? It'll be pretty exciting to see what develops next. So I believe that we're going to have both of our runners here in the room, right?
Yep. Osse's already joined us. Harley should have an invite link, hopefully. Sometimes the bot does weird things. Hopefully she already has an invite link to join us on the interviews.
Right.
This first week, getting everything in order for the tournament and in the interview invites.
Yeah, and GG's Osse, by the way.
Yeah, GG's
Very,
Osse.
very well done races, and also thank you so much for everything you do for Map Rando and for this tournament and everything else. This is a really cool thing that you all have built, and really cool and fun tournament.
I think so too. It's a lot of fun. That's how we keep at it. Harley's in the setup, so wait for her to come up.
Okay.
If we're talking about the scene too much.
I'm on.
GG.
Hello.
Hi, Harley.
Hi.
So talk to me about Osse, Harley. How did y'all feel about the both seeds? Talk to Word and I about the first seed. What was your feelings about it?
We're seeing that the second was a 3-step seed. I felt that they were opposite seeds. One fast, one slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually felt like I had a lot of direction in the first one. I think I got 2 or 3 of the bosses done. I'm like, damn, I'm cooking. So, I feel like that would have been a PB for me in regards to time finished. So that was cool. I mean, obviously Osse's way better than me. He's a top seed and I'm a bottom seed. So I knew I wasn't gonna get to cook too long on the seeds, but They felt pretty. The second one felt a lot of. I didn't really know where to go on the second one though. That one was really confusing with the routing. At least what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I definitely want to say that both of y'all were really amazing to watch on the first seed. Aussie, the way that you slammed through that first seed was so exciting to watch. And Harley, I think you slammed through it a lot too. I think that if you'd gotten a chance to play out the rest of the seed, I really do believe you could have sub-houred it. I think both of y'all were really, really solid on the first seed. It was pretty incredible. So talk to me about the second seed, Aussie. You mentioned that both of these seeds were like polar opposites in nature, correct?
Yep. So first seed, we got the two suits, could go through it nice and fast. Second seed, it looked like you get to that step 3, and then the whole world is open, but you can't get to the maps. So I knew that you had to blind your progression. Like as soon as I saw that Norfair map was speed locked. And then also finding Ridley speed locked. So I kind of mentally checked out a little bit, knowing how much blind checking was going to come up. And then it was also just in a terrible location on top of that.
Oh, I know, right? That just that second seed was so deceptive, and it was so tricky, and there was so many things locked. It was just when you thought that you had it all figured out, it throws you a curveball. I couldn't believe there was so many things just locked away, and so many maps and items just locked away like that.
So with the second seed, I think it was right after I got supers, I started taking the other Norfair entrance. And if you do that, it looks to me like it plays out where you immediately blind find the other connection, Sprint Star or something. And then if you do that, it seems like you can play through the seed really fast compared to how I played it.
Okay. Yeah, these seeds with a lot of blind checks are just, they're pretty brutal, aren't they? So Harley, talk to me about the second seed. What was your impression of it?
Hold on, I'm pulling up the map now to get a little refresher. Like I said, I was very lost the entire time. Obviously, at the start, we saw Dragon immediately. And that was like kind of completely out of the way from what I remember of the rest of like everything. So as soon as I saw Norfair being speed locked, I kind of like figured, what can I do? And then I realized I could kill Dragon at that point. So I kind of just backtracked there, and I think I went to wreck ship after, which there was literally nothing there. So that was a fun waste of time. And then after that, I just kept kind of wandering aimlessly. I think the blinding stuff really gets in my head, and I always feel like, at the 5th or 6th missile you find, you start getting a little deterred and keep trying to get to the map, which is why Norfair being speed locked was really frustrating for me, because I just felt like, okay, I must have to go to a different map. So that was kind of where I ended up. I think I ended in Brinstar, and then I was heading back towards Norfair because I found speed at that point. I killed Kraid in Brinstar, and then I was going to go back to Norfair and get the map and then kind of act from there, but that's ultimately when we finished, so.
Yeah. And I mean, at that point, you're really close to being done, because Fantune was at the Norfair map, and then the only thing you have to go back for was Ridley, which you did have the map for. So, like, you didn't have much left to do at that point.
No, I'm actually kind of impressed with myself and how I played. I'm usually pretty slow and pretty confused, but I think I was actually playing probably the best I've ever played. Maybe it's because I turned chat off and wasn't talking.
It's amazing.
Well, I think that
how focused you can be when you're actually focused.
Exactly.
I think that you did an amazing job. That second seed was atrocious. Aussie, Word and I were joking at one point, I think at about the 40-minute mark, we were joking about, like, could you imagine what would have happened if, like, this was, like, a weekly at one point? I mean, how do you think it would go, Aussie?
Well, I peeked into the tournament Discord and saw someone playing this async against us.
Oh, that's fun.
And they're in a weekly setting where there's a lot of racers. You can get a split where some people take the blind path to speed early and save like 20 minutes. So it could be a huge gap between places.
It's just so wild thinking about that.
I do have another question for Aussie. With Frog Speedway being the way to Ridley, if you get Wave Beam and X-Ray Visor quickly, is there a world where you try to cheese through Frog Speedway and G-mode back?
So it's a lot harder when you need it for two bosses. We need speed for Fantoon and Ridley. Another thing to think about is Dragon was in the same area as Ridley. And so that's an easy way to get blue suit typically. I guess you need, with a Crystal Flash. So it's something that you can think about, but it's not really viable without some of the items, X-Ray and Wave.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then also needing for Fantoon.
Yeah, I was just wanting to see some entertaining tricks in this one because I saw how wild it was getting when we saw that speed lock. I'm like, maybe there's a world. Can we see something crazy? Yeah. But no.
On the way back from Criteria, like it has the Criteria connection to Norfair, but it's completely one way. So I was thinking about X-Ray climbing that, but then just didn't have X-Ray with the two majors I didn't get.
I think X-Ray was, it was in Norfair in Spring Ball item, which you would have had to blind.
Yeah, I could have gotten that really early. I just turned around at Batu and Hallway because it was slow. But that ended up being a major, so it could have been a big deal.
Let's see. I am looking at the bracket right now. Aussie, you are going on to face, either Sky or Edible Toaster.
Toaster did win that match earlier today, so it's Edible Toaster. Yeah.
Okay, so Aussie, you're going to be going up against Edible Toaster here pretty soon, and Harley is going to be going up against is going into the lower bracket. I don't think we know where you're going yet, but I'm definitely excited to see where you go because I think especially in that first seed, I think that you showed a lot of confidence, Harley, and it was very exciting to watch. So
am I in the copper seed or do I go down to silver and then if I lose that I go to the copper?
There's a lower gold that you go to.
Yeah. Gold bracket is double elimination, so you're still in gold still.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you all have any Aussie, Harley? Do you have any final thoughts? I think we're pretty much wrapping up here.
GG's well played.
Yeah, same GG. It's fun to have a 30-something minute seed. Not fun to have that second seed.
How do I describe this? Just that second seed,
yeah,
exactly.
I think we would all agree with you there, Aussie. This second seed was unreal to watch.
Yeah, thanks everyone involved with putting on this restream.
And make sure to go follow our runners. I think Horse Girl Esports has already put the links in chat for that.
Yes, thank you, Horse Girl. Please, everybody at SpeedGaming 3, everybody in chat, please follow both of these runners. They are both just incredible. The links are in the chat. Osse, Harley, Hardt, incredible runners. Follow all the SpeedGaming channels too. And there's a lot of awesome map rando coming. So please follow all the speed channels. Check in on the races. Lots of exciting stuff. I mean, we're just getting started here. I mean,
I think someone said we have 10 races tomorrow.
Oh wow!
There's a lot of map rando happening tomorrow. So if you enjoy this, follow all of the SpeedGaming channels because there will be plenty to watch.
Yeah, And thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming, everybody. Awesome work, everybody. And I think that's gonna wrap it up here for both of us and all of us. I've been Bastion and Blue, and this is Wordsayer. So
Hello. We will see you next mission. Have a great day.